Hello everybody, my name is Chris, and oh my god, you probably know, I didn't know, I just found out the other day. Literally, I go and I leave for a few days because of a medical situation with my girlfriend. We have to go, right? And what happens, but 2 days after I leave for that, 2 days, within 2 days, I find out on July 21st, 2024, that y'all, all of this we've reached another peak of 4,000 subscribers. That's insane. That's insane. I can't. I've literally been thinking about this since I like saw that it happened, and I'm like, holy shit. Literally 2 days after my birthday, I find out that we hit that milestone. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, my birthday was on the 19th, and literally 2 days later, I find out, so I get notified that we hit 4,000 subscribers, and that number is insane to me. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my god. I actually can't believe that there are that many of you that subscribe to the channel. It's just that's such a crazy ass number. Oh my god, because it was in December 2022 that we had reached 2,000 subscribers, and so within under 2 years, we've doubled that number. That's so crazy. That's just nuts to me. That's crazy as fuck, right? And on top of that, the channel across all videos, it was 845 videos, right? Which is also a crazy amount. We totally have broken the threshold of 750,000 views across all that. Oh my, I actually can't fathom, I can't process the number because it just seems so insane, right? That's so many views and so many subscribers, and I can't be anything more than just so fucking blown away and so genuinely thankful to all of you guys that actually find my content worth watching. And a lot of you have been here for many years. Some of you only recently. Some of you all in between. I think that's insane. And I literally every single day I think about it, and it's just it's so cool. And I really do appreciate every single one of you, even if you never comment. The fact that you choose to watch what we do here, and I keep saying it, I'm sorry, it's so cool. It's so cool. So really, that's so fucking rad. It's impressive. Thank you guys. That's so insane. I thought 2,000 was an insane number, and it is. 2,000 is still crazy, but to double that number to 4,000 is twice as crazy. Twice as crazy. I can't even actually properly process. That's 4,000. That's a big number. That's a big number, right? And I don't know. It just makes me think and look back and everything, and how. And just kind of where we started and how we got to where we are now, right? Which is it's a lot. It's a lot, and I feel like over time it's definitely gotten better. And I do constantly think about how I want to be able to do more, right? I want to be able to do more. I feel like, but then I guess that's the never-ending feeling of I want to do more and more and more and more, but I have so many ideas and so many thoughts, and I just don't have enough time to actually properly do everything that I'm thinking about doing. And it's it's also cool because that just means, you know, there's never gonna be a point where, you know, you guys are out of at least what I hope is interesting content, right? And honestly, it's been since the early days, and back in what was it, February 2021. That was a big pivot point, right? And I know we're going way back. We're going back over 3 years ago. And in the Witcher series, The Witcher 3, Part 4, right? And I think about this every single video, every single game that we played, right, since then, and even lately, even till today, right? There's a comment by a user named Kai, and he been part of the channel for a while, long time. He made a comment because of the way that I was approaching The Witcher 3 at that point. It was only part 4, but he mentioned it in a comment, and it has stuck with me ever since then, right? And to paraphrase, the paraphrase comment basically said that it was weird because I had said in the video that I was taking too long to, you know, go through the game, go through the quest, like do things, right? And things were taking too long. I was exploring too much or like looking around, so I started like kind of streamline a lot of things. And he commented, he's like, what does that even mean? I mean, taking too long. Doesn't even make sense. Like chill out, like play the game, just go through it, do the things, and, you know, stop worrying because like a handful of people probably want it to happen faster, you know, like, you know, chill. And I really thought about that, and I think about that constantly because I was worried too much back then about what would be interesting, specifically very interesting gameplay, and how to approach games, not from like how I wanted to do it exactly, like 100% the way I wanted to do it, but more the way I wanted to do it, but also taking into account what like you guys would, how you would want to see it, right? But it was a lot of assumptions about how I think people would want to see without really understanding why somebody would want to see any of this. So going through a game and making it so streamlined that it's so quick, right? Yeah, we got through the game, we finished the story. It's like, okay, cool, now what? Now on to the next one. And we do the same thing. And it's just like, why are we like almost rushing all this, right? And I thought about that because that's the way I wanted to approach, well, every game, right? And then at the time I got too in my head about it and started to, you know, be like, oh, I've been walking around the city for too long, or I've been walking around this area, you know, I keep shopping too much, and, you know, I gotta, you know, figure that out, maybe like cut it out of the video, or just like don't do it, or go faster, all that kind of thing. And so I, since then, have taken the approach that I had wanted to take, and more just like, I will play and really sink into the game, sink into the stories, sink into like kind of all of what the game is, and, you know, really immerse in it and do like a full, enjoyable, like thorough thing, right? And the best part is like, if there are people that don't want to see that, they can skip past it, and that's cool. But if you do want to see it, you know, I want it to be there, and it's like, you know, the full, like my original vision for all this, you know, it's really like we're all just like chilling, hanging out, playing the game, you know, we're talking about it, we're thinking, we're going through it, you know, just like a real good time, right? And there were some games that were very apparent from that style that I was overthinking about, like God of War 2018. Amazing game. I love that game. I think about that game all the time. I also think about the series all the time and how I wish I had the mindset I do now back then. Now, I don't think it ended up being bad, but I definitely think it could have been a lot better. Because I didn't do a lot of the side quests, right? I didn't really explore a lot of the areas. I was very much just like focusing on the story, and while that was great, I feel like, you know, we missed a lot of the depth that could have been, right? And so seeing like majority of the rest of the Witcher 3 plus the DLCs, you know, and then the Mass Effect series 1 and 2 and currently doing 3, right? And there's just a lot of games that I'm trying to approach in a more thorough way, and I hope to keep doing that. And there are some games now, and you probably know some of them, right? That I don't do every single side quest, every single side mission, every single exploration ability, opportunity, right? And I think that's because some of those games make those moments, and maybe I'm just overthinking it still too, but it feels almost tedious, right? Like, not to say like they're like that example of, you know, okay, like the Ubisoft stuff, right? Like Assassin's Creed, it's like, okay, well, there's like 75 of these things you got to go collect, and you can go get them, and then once you collect them all, then you can go do this other thing that's kind of interesting. And it's like, okay, that would be interesting, but then collecting those things and doing that stuff would just take, it's like, I just think like, is it fun, is it interesting, or is it just busy work, right? And it's just like there are a lot of games nowadays that have a bunch of these like drawn out side quests, or like, you know, side collectible things you could do, or like challenges, and you go through the challenges and then you kind of get something kind of interesting at the end, and it's like, is it worth it going through there? And it might be, and I sometimes just don't know if it is. And like in Horizon Forbidden West, right? Going through and taking out every single one of the bandit camps, the rebel camps, right? Bandit camps were in Zero Dawn. The rebel camps in Forbidden West, right? You go through all of them. They're everywhere. And at the end, you basically just get this confirmation of information. And while continuing through the main story, you get that anyway. But the amount of work to go through all of those camps, and while it was cool, right? A lot of combat situations, really neat, and everything. Like the end of it was kind of just like, oh yeah, this is that. And it's like, okay. And it was like, that was it. And I was like, that was a lot of time in like, I even did it in, I think, like one video, right? In the post-game video for Forbidden West. And it was just like a lot. And maybe it is worth it. Maybe you guys do like seeing some of that stuff. But that's definitely one of the things I'm still not 100% sure on, right? I'm not against it, but I think that's just the mindset that I've approached it with. And we still have other games to do. We still got to do God of War Valhalla, right? And then I don't even know what that's going to be like. But either way, I've been ranting for a long time. My mindset, that's kind of how I think, and hitting this milestone just makes me really think about that again, and just kind of how it started and kind of where we've gotten to, and that there's an insane amount of people that have become part of this channel, and it's wild. It's wild to me. It is so cool because it was never something that I thought would get this amount of attention and traction, right? On top of the insane amount of subscribers and views and everything, I just think, like, this just blows my mind still. But I want to shout out the channel members that we've gotten in that amount of time, because that is a huge thing, right? And I appreciate that support as well. I think it's so cool, right? And we currently have 5. We have 5, and they're great, right? For the last over 2 years, Kaiden Gundry has been a channel member. It's so cool, and I appreciate that. And next one's Soaring Trumpet. It's been almost 2 years straight. Almost 2 years, channel member. And then got Eva or Ava. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but they're a channel member for several months now. And Mass Effect Krant. Sorry if I butchered that too. But been a member for 7 months. Amazing. I appreciate it. And then Matt Rowland has also been a channel member. I appreciate all of you for supporting the channel in the way that you do. On top of just viewing and subscribing, right? But the fact that you chose to become members to have that, like, additional support is, like, it's so cool. So really, thank you guys for doing that. Like, that's so rad. It really is. And so to kind of round this all off, right? Back in December, I wanted to do for the 2,000 subscriber special, right? I wanted to do something that I felt was, like, interesting. It was, like, neat, and it was, like, kind of something that at the time I thought was, like, doable, like, with my schedule, which was a Q&A. It was a Q&A. And so I collected a bunch of questions from way back when, and I still have those questions, and I want to go and bring that full circle. And part of this whole 4,000 subscriber milestone, which I think is insane, I want to bring that Q&A out again, and I'm gonna take all the questions from last time. I'm gonna keep those, and then I want you guys to submit new ones if you want to. Throw them in the comments. I'm gonna collect them again, and then in a video soon. I have no date for that, but soon, relatively soon, because I think it'd be really cool. Do a whole little Q&A thing, and there's a couple other ideas that I have for content also, but I also want you guys to submit in the comments as well, on top of the Q&A stuff, what would be interesting, would be a cool little thing that you think would be a cool idea, right, for doing this kind of thing. So on top of those two, there's a third little thing, and that is the great team over at Frost Giant Studios, the makers of the RTS game Stormgate, who has been showing off the game recently for the last couple of years, and I have gotten hands-on with and played around with. They have blessed me, and by extension you guys, with the chance to play the game early before it releases on Steam. And so what I'm gonna do is they gave me five keys, 5 Steam keys for Stormgate, and we're gonna do a giveaway right here. The link to the form for the giveaway is going to be in the description, and I'm probably going to pin it in a comment too. So what you're going to do, go fill out the form, submit it, and then it's going to be active for 2 days, so 48 hours, roughly 2 days. So submit it, and then at the end of that time, I'm going to collect, shuffle all up, draw 5 names, and those 5 names are going to get an early access key for the game Stormgate on Steam. And I think that is super cool that they did that. I really appreciate them over there at Frost Giant Studios and the Stormgate team. The game is really cool. If you don't know anything about it, it's an RTS game made by Frost Giant Studios, who have a lot of talented RTS game developers, and a few of which who actually worked on StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 back in the day. And because of Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, I love those games. I myself have personally put in several hundreds of hours into StarCraft 2 as a Zerg main every day, all day. Love that game. Well, I haven't done any videos on StarCraft 2. I play it a lot. I played a lot. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna give it out. And the 3, similar to StarCraft 2, the 3 factions are the Human Vanguard, the Infernal Host, and the Celestial Armada. Right? Basically, humans, demons, and angels, in a way, but a little bit more advanced and chaotic. So, if you're interested, and you like RTS games, or you want to give this one a shot, right? Get a good number of days early access to play it out and try it out. Enter the giveaway in the comments, in the pinned comment, in the description. Submit the form, and after 2 days, we'll shuffle out. And yeah, that'll be cool. That'd be cool. So I wanted to do like a thing for this, so I appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed, whether it is from way back when, or if it was just today, or 10 minutes ago, or just now. And I really appreciate every single one of you, even if you know, even if you never comment. The fact that you were here and you support the channel, I think is really cool. And I appreciate that. Right? And again, thanks to all the channel members. You guys, you know, choosing to go that way is super cool. Super cool. And don't forget, in the comments, Q&A questions you want. Sign up for the giveaway. And go, let me know what are the cool shit you think we could do. And look forward to more current games. And there's other stuff that I have in the works that I'm trying to like do. I haven't really talked about. And there are other games too, and there's just a lot of stuff. So if you're wondering, a couple things, nothing is off the table, right? And I do want to clarify that the future still holds. While we are focused on Mass Effect 3 and Resident Evil 4 right now, the future still holds for those that were very, very adamant about it. Baldur's Gate 3 is still on there. It's still on there, and I am beyond excited to do it, right? And Dragon Age, like through that whole series, right? As well as a number of other games that people have mentioned over time and recently. So, yes, I wanted to do this short video. Ended up not being as short as I thought it would be, because like with most of the other videos and content that I make, I ramble on for far too long sometimes. But seriously, this is insane. This is crazy. I appreciate every single one of you guys. 4,000. Crazy. That's insane. That's insane. And 750,000 views across the entire channel. Wild. So, yeah. You know all that. See you guys in the next video. Whatever that is. Whatever that ends up being. Bye-bye.